Welcome back to the Ladies Night Podcast with your host Hunter and
Carson. Don't forget to check out the social medias, you know, the Instagram, the Facebook, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Spotify. You can subscribe to the YouTube if you're already on here. You can, you know, like and follow all the other accounts because, you know, that's how it is. That's how it be.
How it do.
That's how it do. That's how it be. You know what? Since we're kind of speaking like them a little bit, who's your favorite rapper of all time?
Fuck if I know.
What? Pick a simple, easy answer. Don't even think of it. If you don't know, just
it's
say
between
something.
two people, but we'll go with, you know, just Tupac there.
Tupac?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have like a list, you know what I mean?
A list?
Yeah, well, like, because you got to go through the greats, like the greatest of all time. It's like, you know, you got Andre 3000, you know, you got Biggie, you got Tupac, you know, you got Eminem's kind of up there. He's white, so, you know, Machine Gun Kelly is, like, not even on the list, not even talked about, nothing.
He doesn't even do rap anymore.
No, he shouldn't even be talked about in general.
Yeah, Eminem shit on him.
Yeah. Anyways, but my favorite rapper, I don't know. I mean, Jay-Z's pretty good. You know, you said Tupac.
Yeah.
You know...
Real solid.
I'll just say, because I do listen to Biggie Smalls a lot more than any of them. So, Biggie Smalls, but
he's up there for me.
I don't listen to rap a lot.
I hardly at all.
I have to be in a rare mood. It's usually when I'm working out. But here recently, it's been a lot of Nirvana, so it's kind of replaced it a little bit.
Yeah, I go with podcasts when we work out. So
because he's fucking weird.
It's a good time to listen to him.
You've listened to audiobooks while we worked out.
I have.
Lord of the Rings. Weird. Like, I get it. You're just, you know, you're on the treadmill. You know.
Running. Getting
your treadmill on. But I love to see one of those, like, the fucking big, huge, like, weightlifter dudes that don't have a fucking neck because their muscles are this wide. And
simple thing is they don't go on the treadmill.
Yeah, and they're like testosterone's like through the roof, and they're taking a bunch of creatine and shit. I'd love to like walk up to one of those dudes and be like, "Hey, what are you listening to while you're working out?" And they're like, "Lord of the Rings audiobook." Because
Hello Kitty theme song.
Then I would give you your props because you know I get it. Listening to a podcast or audiobook when you're just doing cardio, it makes sense.
I could probably do it about anything.
But if I'm weightlifting, you want a little bit of like, ooh. You want some oomph behind it to give you that like, ooh.
I don't think music will give me that oomph.
I think if you're lifting heavy weight, how about that?
Yeah.
Because
I could still...
I would get bored. I'd be mid-set. Like, if, let's say I was one of these big, beefy dudes. I'm benching fucking 225 pounds, and I'm listening to this fucking... dude saying, and Bilbo went to the nearest Hobbit Hall. I'm like, lost it. Have nothing. Can't pick it up. Nothing.
If I only listen to music, I'll get bored.
Yeah. I know Bilbo, he's not really in the Lord of the Rings.
He is a fair amount.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
Not in the end.
The beginning's quite long.
I know. I know. They don't show him as much in the movies as they do than what they talk about in the book. But yeah, I'd say Biggie Smalls, definitely my favorite rapper, even though, like, you know.
I'm not surprised with that answer.
I have more Tupac shirts than anything.
You do. Even though you listen to Biggie more.
Yeah. Well, I listen to both of them, but I had an Andre 3000, like an Outkast shirt. Don't know what the fuck happened to it. I think I lost it at the beach. It was orange. It had like it was black, and it had like the orange and yellow lettering on it. I wore it a lot because it fit well with a lot of clothing. But lost it. I don't know where it went. So
nice one.
Yeah, I think I lost it at the beach, but I have no clue. Anyways, I guess we'll get into this week's talking of little man's big man's. And if you don't know what that is, obviously you haven't been watching the fucking podcast episodes. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
You could just watch the others.
Yeah. So, Little Man's Big Man's is, these kind of stores that me and Hunter have came up with that were like, it's for like Little Man's.
Like Twinks.
And Big Man's. Like.
Bears.
There we go. Yeah, if you didn't know, now you know. That's who the targeted audience are for those. Anybody can really go in there, but you're probably not gonna want this stuff. We've had iconic items talked about on this podcast that has been brought in to Little Man's and Big Man's.
Yeah.
The opioid cream. The fucking, I don't know, the penis claw.
That thing was awful.
Yeah, it got decommissioned the week after.
It's gone.
Hunter had the grandma's, like, the birthday cards
or something.
Where it was like a grandma in a gimp suit or something like that. You had also like some
Grammy
other.
Gimp.
Yeah, we had the Michael Jackson whip, which kind of sounds weird, but like it's like one of those like leather.
Good for all the kids.
Whips, and it whips and it goes hee hee. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we have some classics on here.
Had the Viagra butt plug.
Yeah, Viagra butt plug, exactly. We just obviously can't remember all of them because we've been doing it for a while now. But this episode's items.
You start with yours.
My item.
Come on, swinging.
That I'm talking about for this week. So. Last episode, if you've seen for my item, I think it might have been the last episode, might have been the one before that. But I had movie character pocket pussies. So, there was, Xenomorph, there was Mufasa, and there was
What are you calling the Xenomorph a predator?
Yeah, like the Predator, Alien
you
thing.
Mixed up the movies.
Yeah. Then there was like that bunny, Lola bunny, whatever it was, just to kind of, people would be buying that.
The fuckable bunny.
Yeah, the weird people would be buying that for sure. Yeah. Well, this is kind of in that same realm, so this time it would be movie character butt plugs. So it's just a butt plug that's in the color of that movie character, but it feels like how that movie character would feel. So like,
if it was like Puss in Boots, it'd have cat hair.
It'd have cat hair on it.
Real
and it'd be
cat
orange,
hair.
And on the flat part, it'd be a picture.
Wait, so the whole plug is just furry?
Yeah.
That sounds.
Except for the flat part. The flat part, there's a picture of.
I like to imagine it's their faces.
Yeah, it is their face.
Okay.
On the end, you know how they usually have like a gem back there or something. Yeah. So like, there's a Shrek one where it's like this green kind of really like. Kind of think of elephant skin, kind of like that. So it's a little slimy.
I can't imagine how awful it'd be to clean the Puss in Boots one.
Well,
it's just hair covered in a bit of shit.
We have a lot of characters that we're going to be selling as the first set. So obviously, me and Hunter have set a few. Puss in Boots, Shrek.
You got the Shrek set.
That's legit the Shrek set. You got Donkey. You got the dragon.
More hair.
You got Fiona. It kind of feels like Shrek, but it has it has the ginger hair on there a little bit, so it has like a stripe going down it.
Yeah, actually, does Shrek have pubic hair?
He's bald, so I mean, he might. Who knows?
I mean, Fiona has hair, so presumably.
But there's also been other ogres that we've seen throughout the franchise that have hair.
Yeah.
So he's probably just bald by choice, not by will.
Yeah, choice.
Who knows? But the three blind mice. But they're small butt plugs, so you can stick 3 in there at once.
No, I like to imagine it's just parts of the butt plug, so it's like a puzzle.
They stick together. Okay. Okay, and but that's our Shrek collection. We have a collection for each Disney. Like
Disney set.
Yeah, Disney like thing. So like you got
Rapunzel,
Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse, It's mouse
I
hair. You
just
know,
imagine Rapunzel's. It's just a
Pluto.
normal one, right?
Goofy.
But at the end, it just has a shit ton of hair hanging from it.
Yeah, and then like the fucking horse from the Tangled movie with Rapunzel. I don't remember its name.
I don't know.
Gastoff, something like that. Anyways, but the horse would be the same way. It'd be all white with horse hair, but then it'd have that tail, the horse
The
tail.
dwarves.
Yeah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. That's one. There's one that feels like an apple and looks like an apple, and it kind of gives you.
Oh, you know what we could do?
It makes you sick a little bit.
You can go with like different sets,
Yeah.
and it's like a random one you get.
Mm-hmm.
So you buy like the
You have to collect
Shrek
them all.
set, yeah,
Yeah.
and you get a random one of the Shrek set.
Mm-hmm. You have
You
to
could
collect
get
them
the
all.
hairy ass one.
Just like these dudes that McDonald's did,
Yeah.
where you had to collect the little toy dudes, something like that, for sure. But yeah, that's my item. I think it would sell a lot, especially at Little Man's. I think Big Man's they might buy it too. They might not use it, but I think they'd buy it for that collectible item.
Yeah, for their little man.
Yeah, because most Big Mans they like collectible items. They seem like the dudes that like buy Lego sets of like the Millennium Falcon and like all the Star Wars.
I don't know if a big
sets.
man would.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I guess we got to survey some of them.
You could do with the
eventually.
big mans, like just beer cans, like the collectible ones. Not
Coors Light.
just Bud Light.
Yeah. Bunch of beer can butt plugs.
Beer can Bud Light.
That'd be
You
fun.
drink and then you sing.
Yep. Bloop. Anyways, but that's my item for this
Okay,
week.
mine's a bit more disappointing.
Oh, okay.
But still connected to Shrek.
okay.
So you know in Shrek when he does like the earwax candle,
Yeah.
I was thinking Shrek lube, but
Okay.
it's Shrek earwax lube. It smells god awful.
It's like,
It's brown.
what is it made from? Because obviously Shrek isn't real.
you know,
Is it regular? Is it
mystery-
real earwax?
mixed in there.
Oh my
I don't know
God.
what to tell you at all. Don't worry, it tastes just like it smells.
Okay. But what are you using the lube for?
Anal.
Okay.
So your ass smells like it.
But it's made from earwax.
A bit, just a hair.
Then why is it Shrek's earwax lube?
The color,
Oh, so it's like what?
and it's a little thicker.
It's like dark brown.
Yeah.
And it's thick.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like a great lube option.
It's.
I mean, God, they're gonna be sticking it up the ass anyways. Who knows what brown
Exactly.
chunky shit's gonna be coming out of there? They won't know.
You know how like they have the grease for cars?
Yeah.
They use that to lubricate. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Okay. Hey, I mean that will for any of you anal lovers out there, that will save you some time.
For
If your person that is penetrating is like, did you clean your asshole? And you're like, yeah, I definitely did, but you didn't. You could use that lube
Shit color.
because then it's like,
It's just-
oh, that's the lube.
Yeah,
that's
green
not,
shit.
That's not my shit. That's not my dirty asshole. That's
the lube.
the lube.
You see, the smell is so strong, you can't smell the shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sorry, I forgot to buy normal lube. All I have is the Shrek lube.
Yeah, I got this Shrek earwax lube.
It
on
can be like a
sale.
random prize you can get for collecting all the Shrek
Yeah.
butt plugs.
It-
Like, you get the lube with it.
that'd be so funny.
I imagine it more of a tub, so you like scoop it out. The thing is, it wouldn't wear away very easily.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to apply it as often to keep the grease going.
So it stay.
It stays.
You washing it off though?
Yeah. You a little dish soap.
Okay. Okay, I got you. Well, I think those are both really good little man's and big man's
Yeah.
items. I think
They're
that
both equally great.
I think that could fit in little man's and big man's.
Exactly. A big
Sure.
man would use the Shrek. lube.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the big man can bring his little man
Mhm.
to get the butt plugs.
Yeah.
And then he's wanting the lube.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So, those were our little man's and big
Yeah.
man's items for the week. I guess we'll get into what we're talking about for this episode.
The main
So,
topic.
You know, we started talking about video games more, and what we do is sometimes I'll ask Hunter a question off this random list. I'll ask him a random number, 1 through 100. Hopefully he doesn't pick the same one as we've done before, because we haven't been writing it down. But if he does and I remember, then whatever. And if I don't remember, whatever. Might get a different answer. Who knows? But then we're going to talk about some Minecraft afterwards. But I think it's time to get into this episode's question.
All right.
Which we don't do the questions every episode.
Yeah.
But-
Depends if we can fit them in.
Yeah. So,
All right.
give me a random number, 1 through 100.
I feel like we need a list for me where I can have it over here and I just look at all the ones we've done.
Yeah.
But let's go with 86.
86. There it is. Okay, question is
Question of the day.
what is your opinion on the use of historical events or figures in video games?
I mean, why not?
There you
Right?
go. There's your answer.
What's controversial about that?
I don't think it is controversial.
You play as Mao Zedong.
They actually have these like questions like sectioned into different sections, and what's funny is this question's in a section called Random Gaming Podcast Questions, so it fits.
Okay.
So what is your opinion on the use of historical events or figures in video games? I think, as you know, a big Call of Duty fan at one point, I think games that use war
Oh yeah.
and games that, in like Battlefield, for example, as well, those games really get kids into the war and like the thought of history.
Send them to the military.
Like our friend Josh, he is really into history, and it's because of Battlefield 1, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
you might recognize them from the Christmas episode.
Yeah, the Christmas episode. But, yeah, because Battlefield 1 is on World War One,
Yeah.
and
I
that
never really played any of the Battlefield games.
it is such a good game. I loved playing that game. Me and Josh played it all the fucking
I remember when
time.
I first got my Xbox, I was really considering getting
Yeah,
it.
me and Josh played it all the time. And they've done it for other games too. The other Battlefield games, they've done other wars.
Yeah.
Obviously, Call of Duty's done theirs. Like, there's legit
Yeah.
one called Call of Duty Red Flag or whatever the fuck, Black Flag or something like that. Anyways, but it like the Call of Duty games, they're notorious for basing their game off of a certain war. At least the early ones.
Yeah.
The later ones,
Well,
that's
they
just
have like
kind
a
of modern.
World War II one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Call of Duty World War II, yeah.
Wasn't that one of the more popular ones?
No, yeah, I mean, a lot of people played it, but that's one of the most controversial ones. A lot of people were back and forth on, oh, it sucks, or oh, it was good.
When it all started going downhill.
Yeah, well, I mean, most
know,
of the games
I
were
find
okay. I never liked the advanced warfare games or the infinite warfare games. Those were the ones where they started getting jetpacks.
They
and
tried being creative.
It started
about it.
getting really like sci-fi.
Yeah.
Never enjoyed those.
Those are
games.
more future war.
Yeah.
Shit, right.
Yeah, I like the more modern warfare games. Modern Warfare, and then Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare Remastered, Call of Duty
Never played any
2019.
of them. I think the only one that I've actually played at all was Advanced Warfare.
Yeah. Just never enjoyed those two games. And then the Black Ops games as well. Those are good.
It is probably the most famous.
But, like, yeah, and a lot of shooting games have or will have some sort of historical event or, like,
or like they'll
figure.
reference to it and change things based
Yeah.
on it.
And,
What was it? Like that Wolfenstein or whatever game?
yeah.
It was like Nazis
Yeah.
or what? I have never played it.
Well,
but
even-
it seemed like an interesting concept.
Well, even, like, the old Call of Duty games, when they started with with zombies and stuff, that was just zombie. They were Nazis. They were just Nazi zombies. That's what it was. I think they still are. But yeah, it also says like historical figures. Those are the only kind of style games I can think that usually do historical events or figures. Because I can't really.
I mean, there's kind of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that kind of stuff too.
There.
I mean, even like the God of War games, kinda. That's going into historical shit, but that's
mythology. Yeah.
But that's going into more of because obviously.
I think the other types of games they take something from reality and completely fucking change it.
Like the God of War games, obviously that shit like.
Yeah.
It's mythological, so it. I don't know how to say this. I don't want to say it didn't happen because people might believe that stuff didn't happen. But the Greeks aren't fucking around anymore, so you know what? It didn't fucking happen.
Technically, the country still exists.
Yeah, but the Romans, you know, all them.
I mean, technically, the Romans were Christian.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever.
So
before them, early Romans.
Early Rome.
Yeah, when they transitioned from Greek to Rome and all that other bullshit. I don't remember at this point.
The development of it all.
But yeah, I don't know. I've always liked the God of War games, but those go on more historical figures, not historical events, because we can't say it happened because it's all tall tale.
Yeah.
But then, like, it's like they are historical figures
because
it's based on gods.
Not real, but personal opinion, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I was like struggling to say something because I was like, I don't know, like, what exactly.
I don't know of anybody that believes in it still.
No, so
maybe like some obscure people that don't have the internet.
Well, I don't care to offend them anyways.
Yeah,
I can get offended. I don't care. But. Yeah, I don't know. Those are the only kind of style games I can think of that are based off of historical events.
I can't think of anything.
But what is your opinion on it? You think it's a good thing? I think it's perfectly fine.
I think the dose of reality makes the games better.
Like I said, it gets sometimes
it stops them from being unhinged.
Yeah, and sometimes it teaches the player something they did not know historically whatsoever, or about a person they didn't know.
I mean, the best stories, I say, are based on reality.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And there's a lot of stories based on reality.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I guess that was a pretty good question.
Yeah, it wasn't good at first, but we made it there.
Yeah. That was a pretty good section. I guess now we can talk about
the main
some Minecraft.
Yeah.
So we always sprinkle a little Minecraft in there. Like ever since like October, just
whenever there's an update.
Well, because Minecraft has been a very big prominent part in our lives, as well as plenty of fucking other people's. We still play it.
Childhood.
We still play it a lot. So I don't care to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I find it stupid when people hear somebody talk about Minecraft and they're like, "Oh, you're talking about a kid's game." It's really an all fucking generations game.
It's an all ages.
It's been around long enough to where
because you got so many options. You can make it not a kid's game.
Exactly.
The Jenny mod or whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, we could get Little Man's Big Man's on Minecraft probably. Look out for your Little Man's Big Man's mod on Java on Cursed Forge here soon. But no, yeah. But ever since like October, when the Minecraft Live thing happened and the vote was going on and 1.21's been talked about, we've been at least maybe not every episode, but here recently, past few, we've been talking about it a little bit more.
Yeah, not every episode. Whenever something happens,
it is getting very close for the thing.
I'm excited.
So, as we know, as a collective so far, there's a lot of big stuff I want to talk about it. But what we know that we talked about prior, so we got the new dog variants.
Yep.
Like 9 different dog variants. Armadillo, the scoots. You use the brush on the armadillo to get the scoots, and then that's how you make the armor, and then you can dye the armor. Apparently, there's like 5 million something different
Which seems sick.
colors.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
Same with the leather armor shit.
Yeah. But yeah, there was that, and then obviously the trial chambers come out, the breeze, which there's new shit with the breeze. We talked about the bog, which the bog's cool. It's gonna be in the trial chambers as well. But this is like all crazy new shit, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. To make it clear, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna say.
Yeah.
He's just looked at all this shit.
So, I've been wanting a new, and I told you about this a little while back, but I've been wanting a new weapon in the game for a while. Back in like December, I was on like a Discord call with our buddy Josh, like we were talking about earlier. I was like, I'd love a new weapon from them. I'd love like a fucking spear. I would love something.
The spear seems so simple.
I would like a spear.
Yeah.
And I thought of cool things for it. Anyway, so Mojang, you want to make a spear? There you go.
Yeah, you should make a spear.
But they have came out with new weapon, and it's a mace. It's called the mace. So basically, before they came up with the idea of the mace, when you killed the breeze, you would get these things called wind charges, and it was just like this wind ball thing.
Yeah.
And
like
you can throw it.
Like a fire charge.
Yeah, and you can throw it, because the fire charge you can't throw.
Yeah.
But the wind charge you
Missed
can.
opportunity.
And you can, it does like this wind thing, and it knocks you in the air and everything else. It's pretty cool. Now, I think it still drops the wind charge, but also drops this new thing called the breeze rod, which is practically like a blaze rod. Looks the same. It's just a lighter blue.
Yeah.
And you use the breeze rod to make this new mace. So you have to get this thing called, I wrote it all down, so you have to get this thing called the heavy core. I don't know exactly how you get it yet. I'm assuming in a chest or you make it or something. Apparently you could place it down on the ground too, which is pretty cool.
Is it just like a...
It's like a block too,
Okay.
that you can just place down. It looks
like a full-size block?
No, it's like one little, kind of
Okay.
like the size of like the original pots. Like kind of like that. Maybe a bit bigger though. Maybe like a player
Does it got
model
some
head.
kind of texture to it?
Yeah.
Or is it just a plain... Okay.
Yeah, it has texture to it. I think people could use it pretty easily in
3D
builds.
texture or just 2D?
3D. It's a block.
Yeah, I'm meaning 3D like bits jutting
Oh
out.
no,
maybe.
I
Okay.
think it's just 2D.
Okay.
But you can place it down. But that's not the cool part. So Mace has been out for a few weeks now, quite a few weeks. But they finally announced and came out with new enchantments for it. So you can put other enchantments in it, on it, which is cool. Obviously, mending and unbreaking.
Sharpness.
Apparently, you can put not sharpness, but smite. You can also
smite.
put Bane of Arthropods on it,
That makes sense.
and Fire Aspect 2, which is really fucking cool. Now, these new enchants for it, I think it's on... I have so many fucking things here. Where the fuck is that? Right here. Okay, so the 3 new enchantments for it is, one's called Breach, which it gets up to level 4. And then one's called Density, which gets up to level 5. And then one's called Windburst, that gets up to level 3. And so with Breach, each level of Breach, so level like book you get, reduces armor's effectiveness by 15%.
Okay.
So I don't know how high that gets up. Probably a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be wacky.
But it's going to do a lot. It's definitely going to be the new attacking thing with like attacking people, like players for sure. Density, what Density does is it adds +1 damage per block falling. So with this tool, you
if you hop down from somewhere
to get your max amount of damage, you want to be really up high. jump down on it and hit it. That's what you want to do.
Okay.
And if you have the density 5 one, it does like plus 5 it does plus 1 damage to however much blocks you're up.
Yeah.
So if you're up 21 blocks, it does plus 21.
I wonder if there's a cap on that.
I don't think so, because I seen a video where a guy, it was before this enchantment came out, they already kind of had that basically on it before they came out with the enchantments. It was just in the Maze's
I feel like that's
code.
gonna be broken.
But somebody went from build height all the way down to like where a deep dark thing was.
Yeah.
And they fucking killed a warden with one hit.
God.
Yeah. But it seems like with the density 5 thing,
I feel like they'll change that.
it takes like 3 hits to kill Iron Golem with the density 5 shit.
Okay.
And that's from like 6 or 7 blocks. So it's not too broken, but you gotta if they're moving around, like if you blocks it in, then that's kind of you're having to spend the time doing that. But anyways,
but it can still one hit.
Yeah, but you gotta fucking pillar
Imagine
up.
if you had like the breach shit with that.
Yeah.
And you jump down from a good height, like let's say 30 blocks, you could still like instantly kill someone.
But this is gonna add even more to that. So the wind burst, one, enchantment. What it does is that wind, like with the wind charge, how you throw out this wind and you can use it on yourself to boost you up in the air. When you hit a mob or a player or whatever, the wind burst comes out of the ground and it shoots you and the mob in the air. And as you're in the air, you could use that to also go down because you're up those blocks, so you can just go back down and slam on them even harder. So you can like really do some combos with it, which is pretty interesting.
Crazy.
It's very interesting. This update is really going like you think this is crazy. I'm about to tell you other shit. This update's really going to change a lot.
I feel like they need to do it with like the way they do Fortune and Silk Touch.
Yeah.
Like you only have one or the other.
Yeah.
Like the Wind Burst or the.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it exactly yet. But that's like the crazy thing with that. So another thing is Bedrock is finally getting hardcore mode.
Fucking finally.
It's getting hardcore mode.
Took them long enough.
Never had it. Now it does, or well,
because
it
it's
will.
not that hard to do.
But they finally got it on there. It's pretty cool. They've added more armor trims that are specifically for the trial chambers.
Okay.
And some of the skeletons will spawn with the armor trims on their armor, which is cool.
That's gonna be nifty.
But apparently, right now they can drop that armor with the armor trims on there.
What type of armor are they spawning with?
Like chainmail and iron.
Okay.
But
I actually haven't seen chainmail with armor trims.
Yeah, it looks weird. I'm looking at it right now. It does look kind of weird. But
I feel like gold would work best with that.
Mojang's right now, when you kill them, like the skeletons, they'll drop the armor with the armor trim on that. Mojang's saying they're probably going to take that out of there, which is, I think they should keep it. But that's pretty cool. Other than that, I don't know of any other mobs that are going to spawn with armor that are going to have the armor trims. Probably. They just haven't like shown anything yet from what I know.
Maybe they should make mobs in general spawn with it.
Maybe.
Or like with the leather armor, have it dyed.
Yeah. Something. But I'm telling you, it gets crazy. So, obviously the mace is crazy. Bedrock, they added the armor trims, these 3 new armor trims. They've added some more like clay shards or whatever, like the designs that you can put on like
pots,
the pot shards
I've never done that before because I haven't
obviously we're getting all the crafter and the new tough and copper blocks. That's just added to. This is the crazy shit. This is where it's going to get crazy. Mace
wasn't crazy.
This is where it's going to get crazy. There's a new thing going to be added called the ominous bottle. So if you've ever played Minecraft before, when you find a pillager patrol or pillager outpost and you kill that pillager that has the fucking flag on his head, you get the bad omen.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't get bad omen.
Oh.
He drops this ominous bottle, and it has the range between level 1 and level 4, level 5, or whatever. Gonna completely change how raid farms work. They're not gonna be AFK-able anymore at all because you have to drink those.
Yeah.
They don't have splashable versions yet. I doubt they'll come out with them, but we'll see. But as of right now, you have to drink them, which is kind of fucking crazy because that does change a lot of shit in the games. Another thing, apparently they're changing spawner spawning. So apparently mobs are going to start spawning in one area and not all separated out from a different area. So it's going to break a lot of different mob farms. They don't know exactly, like, they haven't showed exactly how it's going to happen yet, but apparently they're testing it. So it is going to break a lot of mob farms right now.
Fuck mine.
Yeah. So
a lot of mine.
What I have wrote down here is with the ominous bottle, you drink it and it gives you the raid thing. Like, it gives you this ominous thing, and then depending on what level it is, it lasts for like I think it's like an hour and 30 minutes.
I remember before when you got like the banner shit on you, it just have the X's for the time.
Yeah.
But now it shows you the time.
Yeah, it's usually
because
an
it was
hour.
capped at a time.
It's usually about an hour and 30 minutes. But now, when you walk into a village with it, it has this different design with it when you first drink it, but then whenever you walk into the village, it puts that pillager face on there, the original one on there, and then you have these red skull particle effects that come off you, and then it gives you like a 30-second countdown before the raid actually starts. So it kind of gives you 30 seconds before the raid starts.
Prep.
Yeah, to kind of prep.
Remember when raids first came out, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I pillared up because I had villagers at my base, but they weren't able to get to them. Mm-hmm. So I just pillared up because I was at a desert temple, was where I lived. That fucked me.
Yeah.
That was not the way to do it.
Yeah. So what else do I have here? Yeah, this shit's crazy. So also with this ominous bottle, there's these. So there's the trial. In the trial chambers, there's I call them the OG trial vaults. So they're like these vaults where you get the trial key, and it has like this little skull, and it's orange, like it has an orange key part, and you get like kind of regular kind of loot out of it, and you get these trial keys out of like the spawners once you defeat the things. But now there's these also called these ominous vaults, which are better. They give you way better loot.
Okay.
And how you get the keys for those is you drink that ominous bottle while you're in the trial chambers, and it changes the trial spawners to these ominous spawners.
Oh, so it really...
And it gives you and the mobs that come out of it different effects.
Oh.
As you're fighting, and it depends on where you're at. Like what you're... like,
so your effects debuffs?
They're debuffs and buffs.
So you could randomly get like a...
You could get all of them. There's a bunch of them.
All at once?
Mm-hmm.
Or just... Okay.
All at once. So
it's just random ones.
Yeah, the new... let's see. It gives the mobs and the player the effects. And the new ones that they have right now, there's a wind charged effect. And I actually wanted to read it off here. So give me 1 second.
Okay.
Because I have the... patch notes.
By the way, we're nearing 40 minutes.
40? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I told you it was going to be a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Minecraft things. Okay, so the effects when you're fighting these things, they're fucking weird. Listen to this. So the wind charge ones, affected entities will emit a wind burst upon death. So when you kill it, the wind burst from that wind charge happens. So it kind of shoots you back.
Launch, yeah. Okay.
Boosts you back. You can brew all these now, by the way. All these new things. So you can brew this wind-charged potion now with Awkward Potion and then with a Breeze Rod. You can make this wind-charged potion. And what you do is you can drink it, and when somebody kills you, it does that, or when something kills you, it like smacks them back. Or you can splash it on a mob, and then whenever you kill it, it does that. Another cool one is called weaving. So this one, affected entities will spread cobweb blocks upon death. So when they die,
that sounds so fucking annoying.
Cobweb blocks get fucking put down. And you can also make that with a cobweb. You can make that into a potion, and you could do that same thing like I was just saying. All these you can do it with.
Like it has to be a cobweb, it can't be string?
Yeah, it has to be a cobweb.
Can you craft cobwebs?
I think you can shear them or something like that to get like the actual cobweb.
Okay, that makes it kind of annoying.
I don't know if you can craft them. I think you have to shear them.
I think that's what it is.
It says non-player entities with this effect can walk through cobweb at normal speeds, but players cannot. And then brewed with an awkward potion and a cobweb block. Next one, oozing. This one's fucking weird. Affected entities will spawn 2 slimes upon death. So if the video I was watching, the dude splashed, used a splash potion of oozing on a cow, and when he killed it, 2 slimes came out of it.
That sounds like some major slime farm shit.
For sure. Just have those constantly just shooting out on something.
You
and
have
then
like a spawner going, and then it'll drop it on them every so often.
And then so you get maybe the bones from the skeleton, but then when you kill the skeletons, you can also get the slime.
I wonder if the skeleton's in the 1x1 area, right? You have a bunch. If you kill the slime, if they'll spawn outside of that.
They probably would. You'd have to probably make
and then
it
you can
watered.
Have separate areas to kill the slime.
Yeah, or like
I like that better than
them
them going in the confined space because it gives you more options.
I don't know. And then the last one, I think it's the last one anyways, is called Infested. And affected entities have a 5% chance to spawn 1 to 2 silverfish when hurt. So every time you hit them, they have a 5% chance to spawn silverfish.
That sounds cancer.
And you can make that potion if you brew a stone block, which is very interesting.
Okay.
It says these effects can be encountered while taking on the ominous trial spawner, so it will just randomly happen. You could, you and the thing could both get it on you, and you'd see it on your screen, obviously, if you have those. Some mobs are immune to those effects. So, like, sometimes, like, they're not. It's
certain
not
ones won't be able to get effects.
Yeah. That's.
I wonder if that's any effects or just the ones at random.
It says slimes are immune to the oozing one. So you can't get extra slime. Yeah. And then silverfish are immune to the infested one. So you can't kill silverfish and get a bunch more silverfish.
Couldn't you just combine the infested and oozing where you have silverfish and slime and they each have that? So where you just multiply each other.
Probably, but it's a 5% chance that the silverfish one happens every time they get hurt.
Yeah.
So if something like an iron golem takes a bunch of hits to kill, there's a lot of chances of that could happen. But the oozing one, it's just when you kill it, 2 slimes come out. Very cool, very interesting. Yeah. I find it very crazy, and I think it's really cool that they're adding this new thing. I do think that it's going to change the game for a good while, because this Trial Chambers was supposed to be a mid-game level fight.
Yeah.
And I think with this...
it adds to, like, end game.
Kinda. A little bit. Like, maybe enchanted iron armor to diamond armor, but not enchanted diamond armor or netherite would probably be fairly simple.
I hardly ever use netherite anymore.
Depending on how many you're taking on at once, because you can start a lot of those trial spawners up at the same time if you wanted to. But with those ominous bottles, there's I don't know how much of a percentage it is. The video I was watching, he said that it seemed like they should up it a little bit, but you can get those ominous bottles out of the vaults. So when you get the key, you can get those. So because at first it was like if you couldn't get them out of the vaults, then you would have, if you wanted to do the ominous trial things and like get those ominous keys to get the better loot out of the ominous vaults, you'd have to go to a pillage thing first, then kill a pillager and get it, and then go there. And
I wonder if your level of bottle changes how difficult it is.
I think it will probably. I know the time still works the same. So like after you kill all those things, the spawners reset every 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure, and if you will still have that ominous thing going off because it's like it takes an hour and 30 minutes or whatever. So it'll just keep on setting those off as that. It will be very interesting. I hate to see that it's going to kind of fuck over a lot of raid farms.
That doesn't affect me, so I don't care.
You could still make a raid farm.
It's just more annoying.
You're just not going to be able to AFK at it unless they make splash bottles. That's the only way.
See, I don't AFK often, so...
Yeah. But that's the only way you could do like a raid farm like that, is if you were drinking it. So, well, I guess that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed all this new information. We have
a lot of Minecraft shit.
We've learned a lot of Minecraft information. I'm excited for this new update.
Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the copper blocks because I need it for my main build I'm doing right now.
Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video.
Yep.
Don't forget to subscribe and like
the video.
Yeah. And
check out the Spotify.
Yeah, check out the Spotify.
And the rest of the socials.
Yeah. And I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Good night.
Peace out.